Hello everybody, it's Bunny, and today is everybody's favorite day of the week. The day we ask ourselves, does this thing really work? Well, you may have seen these or you may have heard about them. It's BlackMagic's eGPU and LG's UltraFine 5K display. Girl, you UltraFine. I had a chance to borrow these for a very short amount of time, and I performed my tests on them to see if they make things a little better.
BlackMagic eGPU is an external graphics card that brings desktop class graphics performance to your MacBook Pro. It also delivers 85 watt power, so when you connect this ultra short cable to your MacBook Pro, it charges your laptop. Plus, it has 2 Thunderbolt 3 ports, 4 USB 3 ports, and HDMI 2.0 port. And it costs $700. This is LG UltraFine 5K display. It is a 27-inch 5K display that has 500 nits brightness. The resolution on this display is 5120 by 2880. This thing delivers 85 watt power as well. So when you plug this into your computer, through the one plug it can charge your MacBook while being a display. It has mediocre speakers, 1 Thunderbolt 3 input and 3 USB-C ports, and it costs $1,300.
Let's begin with Final Cut render test.
3. By the way, if you haven't seen my previous MacBook Pro videos, make sure to check them out as well. As you can see from the GPU history monitor on the right, Final Cut Pro does not use the external GPU during rendering. I'm sure it's going to change in the future, but as of right now, Apple's very own Final Cut Pro 10 doesn't use BlackMagic eGPU, which is sold only at Apple right now. And you may think it ends there, but no. The render was finished in 21 minutes and 12 seconds, which is 2 minutes and 44 seconds slower than MacBook Pro itself. Yes.
Now I'm gonna run this app that spins the fans as fast as they can, so I will keep this laptop as cool as possible so that it can work on that rendering as fast as it can.
Deja vu, anyone? MacBook Pro finished this test in 14 minutes and 42 seconds, which is 12 seconds slower if the monitor and the GPU wasn't connected at all. At this point I thought maybe the render time was taking longer because MacBook's GPU has to deal with 5K display instead of MacBook Pro's own display. So I ran the tests again, but this time I kept MacBook Pro's display on, thinking if that's the case, it should take longer to render when 2 displays are on. Well, no. MacBook Pro finished the render 24 seconds faster in 14 minutes and 18 seconds. But of course, keep in mind that the results always fluctuate because of a lot of factors like background tasks, the heat of the laptop, the location of the planets, and your mom.
Okay, maybe, just maybe, if we export the project, the Final Cut project, then it will use the eGPU.
3. Nope. Final Cut 10 didn't use the eGPU for exporting as well. And on top of that, once again, the task took longer. MacBook Pro finished the project in 3 minutes and 5 seconds, which is 13 seconds slower than before.
You know what? You export the project only once, right? Let's stop caring about exporting. Let's care about things that matters, things that we use, things that we do during editing, like stabilization.
According to this graph, finally eGPU is being used along with the other 2 GPUs. eGPU is not being used a lot, but at least it's showing some movement. So what do you think? Do you think MacBook Pro finished this stabilization plus render test faster? Nope. MacBook Pro finished the stabilization in 4 minutes and 34 seconds, which is, hold on to your seats, 1 minute and 7 seconds slower than the result I got before the thermal throttle fix.
So let alone eGPU helping with anything, now we have these weird lines on the screen, and there are a lot of display errors happening. But there has to be something that uses this eGPU.
And there is. It is motion. Motion uses eGPU's power to do the task. Finally, we get to see the power of this eGPU and what kind of a performance it will bring. And the results will blow your mind. Using the eGPU, MacBook Pro finished the tracking test in 3 minutes and 34 seconds. A mighty 8 seconds faster than before.
8 seconds? Each of those seconds cost $87.5. Well, how about compressor? Well,
1, 2, 3. Compressing the 50GB ProRes 422 file into 4K H.265 and 4K H.264 took 19 minutes and 40 seconds. 20 seconds slower than before.
so now before we move on to Premiere, I like to point out something. Tomorrow, Apple can release an update and MacBook Pro may start using the eGPU, may start taking advantage of eGPU. And they probably will. But right now, look at the date this video is released. It doesn't. But when they do, I'll drop a line in the description box below. Now, Adobe Premiere. Before the thermal throttle patch, Adobe Premiere was the biggest loser, and then after the patch, it started doing well. Well, now Adobe Premiere comes with a vengeance.
And it sucks the life out of all them GPUs and exports the file in only 5 minutes, which is 55 seconds faster than before. And when I do the max fan trick to cool down the MacBook Pro, the export time goes down to 4 minutes and 30 seconds. This is more than half the time compared to my first Premiere export before the patch.
I know. Most of you are very curious about what really matters. None of this mumbo jumbo shenanigans, video editing, schmedio editing things. No one cares about those. I know what you really want to know is how this computer performs with this fantastic eGPU when you do what you do, and that is play Fortnite.
I played Fortnite at 2560 by 1440 and all settings were set to high, and the frame rate was averaging around 40 frames per second. So, yay.
You may be asking yourself, why would I need this? Well, in theory, for things that require GPU power like video editing, 3D, VR, and gaming, eGPU provides the power you need. And the GPU in this particular one is Radeon Pro 580, 8GB graphics card that you can find in 2018 27-inch iMac, not iMac Pro, but the regular iMac. And let's say you went the extra mile and bought that LG UltraFine 5K display. Now you can connect your MacBook to your eGPU, which is connected to your display, and have an iMac-like experience. And when you need to go somewhere, you just unplug this and grab your laptop and go wherever you want to go, and everything you have will come with you. I have to say, it's a very attractive setup. A modular, less wasteful / expensive setup. It is something I wish Apple would do for years. It has been my dream to buy just a phone, and then, for example, this is just the battery and the screen, and this goes in there somewhere and then turns into an iPad. You can get a bigger screen, smaller screen, depending on what you want. It just makes everything better, more futuristic in my opinion. I think that's the direction we should be going now. So this laptop plus eGPU plus display serves that kind of modular setup I crave. And with that setup, you're gonna have 2 displays, 3 GPUs, a lot of ports, and no worries about power going out because the laptop can run on its batteries. So it seems like a dream come true. So when this eGPU will work, it will make a difference. But I have to warn you, if you're living in a hot climate or if you're living in a hot office, this thing generates a lot of heat by itself. Well, thank you very much for watching this episode, and I hope you enjoyed it. In the sense of making this full circle, I'm wearing this shirt. It's time to stop milking 2018 i9 MacBook Pro videos until the next video. Please hit that subscribe button. I must have a subscribe button somewhere here on the screen. Hit that subscribe button and play Ding Dong Ditch with the bell next to it and join the world domination. Please let me know what you think about eGPU and LG's UltraFine 5K display in the comment section below. And until I see you the next time, take really good care of yourselves and hoşça kalın.